What's the safest way for you to start selling your beats online in 2019? The answer after this.
DelicateBeats.com.
When you start selling your beats online, or when you start building a beat selling business, you should always approach it from a diversity mentality. Don't put all of your eggs in the same basket, as they say. When I first started to research ways to monetize my music using the power of the internet, most resources out there, articles, blogs, and even online courses always taught these methods of getting into the sync licensing business. Unfortunately, most of these services don't automate the sales. They work on a one-on-one basis with music supervisors and TV producers and basically just act as a middle person to get your music into the right hands. If you get a placement, you will get some money up front and more money in the back end through your PRO. That's great and all, but usually with these services, you won't get daily sales. And when you start a business, you need cash flow, you need recurring sales and returning customers. So when I stumbled upon stock music licensing as a stream of revenue for my beat selling business, I realized really quickly that I had to tell the world about it. And so I did. My book, The Bedroom Super Producer, details exactly how I quit my job, how I live off of these beat sales, and how I keep improving myself to be the most creative and productive music producer I can possibly be. It's been 6 years now, and I've never looked back. In this video, I want to talk about the importance of seeing the big picture and building an all-encompassing strategy to monetize every aspect of your beat game, as well as using every outlet available to you to sell your talents. So number one, music marketplaces and stock music licensing. This is, as you probably know by now, my favorite way of earning money online from my music. Because licenses are so cheap and marketplaces of this kind automate the sales, it's a win-win both for composers and these companies. Transactions are quick, painless, and ultra efficient. Best of all, once your songs are approved and uploaded online, you can just set the whole thing on autopilot. Sit back, relax, and cash in the checks. In this business model, you'll usually receive monthly payments from your daily and weekly sales. Obviously, as I detail in my book, there is a method to the madness. You can't just upload your old stuff, your throwaways, and hope that you will get recurring sales. You need to understand what these customers need and give it to them. You also need to know what you're good at and play to your strengths. When composing music, you have to hide your flaws and make music that's exciting, upbeat, joyful, and overall positive. Number two, as I've stated before, sync placements. Sync placements are by far the best way to get your music on TV. So if you're a fan of the Kardashians, for example, this is the way to go. Usually this is a great method for getting bigger royalty checks from your PRO. Unfortunately, for these kinds of transactions, you can't just set it and forget it the way you can with stock music. Granted, you have a huge catalog, probably of hundreds of songs, you will still need to cater to what music supervisors or TV producers are looking at this very moment. You'll have to follow the trends and stay current. So these music supervisors and TV producers will post some kind of ad, and the TV sync companies will let you know with a short brief, something that sounds along the line of trailer sounding trap beats with orchestral backdrops, or high energy dance songs for club scene. What happens next is that you'll have to flag those songs to your TV sync company and let them know that you think that such and such songs meet those criterias. So as you can see, once you've uploaded your songs to the company's platform, you still have some work to do and manage basically all of your submissions. Some companies will dig in your catalog and other composers' catalogs, but you can't always just trust them to find a gem that's hidden in your catalog. Usually though, with this business model, the reward is a bit bigger. The license fees will be higher than regular stock music stuff. And also, like I said, your royalties usually will be more interesting on the back end with your PRO. Number 3, commissioned work for TV and advertisement. This last and potentially most lucrative way of getting paid for your music is commissioned work. That's basically when you've built relationships with music supervisors or TV producers or advertisement agencies where they'll remember you from some past work that you did and which was great, and they'll give you a call and they'll ask you to pitch for an idea or a concept. When that happens, you can submit an existing track or compose on spec. Obviously, there is a risk of composing on spec, and there's also a risk of submitting something that already existed but might not be exactly what they're looking for. But as they say, the higher the risk, the higher the reward. What I mean by that is that usually their needs are so specific, the exact style of music that they're looking for might not be in your catalog. As I've said also, these kinds of contracts usually involve a pitch process where they'll have a bunch of music composers try to find this exact sound that they want to go for. That means that you'll be working for free up until the moment they make their decision. Some companies will give you some upfront money just for the pitch process, but you still take the risk of putting more hours and therefore not being all that profitable just with the pitch money. Usually these contests will pay a lot of upfront money if they choose your song. And depending on where the song exactly is used, you might get also some very interesting royalties from your PRO. The other downside of these kinds of contracts is that usually you have to sell your intellectual property to the producers, which means that once the song is used, it's kind of theirs. So here's the deal. First, I think you need to wrap your head around all of these different types of licensing deals and business models, and you kind of have to grade them with the level of risk versus reward. Second, you need to allocate your time and resources wisely. My advice and what I write in my book is start with building a strong foundation with stock music licensing. This is the best way to inject cash flow in your business. And maybe at the beginning, the smaller sums will help you buy more equipment, and slowly but surely, you will build a stable income. Then get in touch with these sync companies that work with music supervisors. With that in mind, always build the best, most professional relationships where you bring value as much as you can to the table without being stingy with your talents. Listen, you never know when one of these companies will need you. And finally, the third step is to expand on these relationships that you will start building slowly but surely. I've had people contact me from my stock music work to have some commissioned, more high-paid contracts. So always put your best foot forward. Eventually, the idea will be to cut out the middlemen and get higher and higher fees for your talent. So if you want to learn more about how to start building your beat selling business using the business model that I've just touched upon, get my book, The Bedroom Super Producer, available as a paperback on Amazon and as a PDF ebook on my website, delicatebeats.com. In that book, I describe exactly how I achieved a full-time income working from home and composing music and selling it online. If you like the video, obviously share it on social media, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram at delicatebeats. If you want to take your game to the very, very next level, I invite you to click the link that's in the description. There you'll find a page where you can join my early bird gang, as I'll be launching my online course, the Bedroom Super Producer Masterclass, where I take my teachings, like in this video and in my book, but to a whole new level with this state-of-the-art online program where producers will go from bedroom producer to bedroom super producer. So if you want to reserve your spot in this online course, because I can't take everyone on board, I'm just a one-man army, so you want to make sure that you join the early bird gang, and that way you reserve your spot in the online program. So click the link below, and I'll see you in the next video.